It's time for the absolutely, I'm on my way, completely, I'm almost there, random, why are there so many stairs? Podcast. Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the absolutely, completely random podcast for Saturday, May 16th, 2020. I'm your host, Andrew Rhodes, as always, right here. I apologize if you hear a small humming noise in the background. That's my laptop's cooling pad. I am currently sitting in a balmy 82-degree Fahrenheit room. Yeah, I'm in the fucking tropics. You know, the part where you can basically feel the sweat rolling down your ass cheeks. Yeah, that's what I'm in right now, baby. Woohoo! I like the mid-80s is about the highest I'm willing to go, but there cannot be a lot of humidity. And oh man, I hate the humidity, but I digress. Anyway, what do I got to talk about this week? Well, believe it or not, Quibi is back once again on my sites, and it's getting a topic. Courtesy, ironically, mind you, of the CU podcast, because I actually picked it up from them. So thank you very much, Pat and Ian. You guys will get a free shout out. But Quibi, yeah! Jeffrey Katzenberg is basically blaming the pandemic for Quibi's rough start. Sure. For fans of Inuyasha, good news! There's a new spin-off anime coming. Ooh! If you like Walkmen and Pokemon, hey, guess what? There might be a new thing for you. I'll explain. The Cloud Matsuri online convention is scheduled for May 30th and 31st, so that's going to be pretty interesting. I found a topic courtesy of Gizmodo.com about archaeologists that will excavate a Viking ship for the first time in ages. It's actually pretty interesting. I have to admit that. And courtesy of good old Kotaku, there are some tracks that aren't going to be in the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake. Okay. I mean, the last Tony Hawk game I played was like whichever one was on the Game Boy Advance. That was the last Tony Hawk game I ever played. That was like right at the end of my even caring about skateboarding. Holy hell. Wow, that's a lot. Oh, that's pretty old. And, just in case time allows, I do have a couple other topics, but if I don't, hey, they'll be in the description under bonus topics or wanted to talk about, not enough time. I'll come up with an acronym for it. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be talking about this week on the podcast. But you know Song and Dance by now, I'm sure you do. ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Wide variety of stuff. I'm currently trying to get rid of some stuff. Trying to get some stuff. So, hey, come check me out. Remember, you can still buy stuff online, even though we are still in a pandemic. You can still buy stuff online. And hey, you never know, you might like what you see. You might like what you get. There might be something there that really tickles your fancy, or you might want it for yourself, or to give it to that special somebody, like a parent, a relative, a friend. You never know. I got trading cards, movies. You can get a crappy movie that the reviews for it suck, but hey, give it to your friend that likes movies, that you want to get even with because they recommended a bad movie to you. Sort of like what my mom did with the movie that I got at the Dollar Tree. The worst dollar I ever spent. But I know she's going to hear that too. But anyway, you can check all that stuff out over on my eBay page. Once again, that's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button here on the video or thumbs down button to like or unlike or dislike the video. Subscribe to the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. Drop on over to my actual Twitter page, Otaku Rhodes, and say hi, shoot the shit, whatever. And check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. And hey, don't forget, May's Q&A deadline starts next Saturday. So between next Saturday and the 25th. Yes, 25th. Yes, 25th. You can submit your questions for the May Q&A video. That's right. Get ready to submit your questions, and I am looking forward to answering them. Oh, am I looking forward to that. I really am. I got like maybe 3, I think, this month so far. So come on. Last month was a lot of fun. I had like 18 questions. Submit your questions in the comment section. Just make sure you use parenthesis. It's the one above the 9. Q, ampersand, the symbol above the 7. A, in capital letters, by the way. And the other parenthesis above the 0. And there you go. That's all you have to do. And I will look from the last Q&A video to the deadline. And I will pull off all of those questions, plop them onto a notepad file, and record the video and answer your questions. Yep. So don't forget, come on. Q&A is almost here. It's almost upon us. It's that time again. All right, so this is the part where I talk about how did my week go. And I tried moving my laptop here a little bit just in case the sound of the fan does get a little annoying. I do apologize if it does. There's not much I can do about it. It is hot in my room, and I don't want my laptop to overheat. And it's easier just to put the pad on, the cooling pad on, than to plug in my fan and have that thing going. Whereas the cooling pad just connects right into my laptop's USB port. So, yeah. I do have a window open, so hopefully the temperature will drop a bit. I don't know. But it's still 82 degrees right now in my room. So, yeah, it is hot. I got a thing of Powerade here, and it's almost empty, and I'm trying to ration it as best I can. Man, is it hot up here? But anyway, how did my week go so far? So, same old, same old, same old, same old, same old, same old, basically. I'm practicing my drawing. I'm going to try to get the video started on that soon, so I'll have it ready to go up at some point for, hey, this is what I've been doing, and show off my artwork in a way. So there is that. I've been putting up some YouTube videos. I think it was all discussion videos I did this week. So that was kind of fun. I did do some more of the Puzzles and Dragons collaboration with Bleach, and I was up till almost midnight last night, which would be Friday. It was fun. So I wanted to get Ichigo. I wanted to get Ichigo so goddamn bad in this collaboration. So like I did with Ninjor, I'm going around to all the little different dungeons you can do that you can get magic stones from, and I'm, basically beating them to get a magic stone. Not to mention the couple freebies that you get. I now have 0 stones, by the way, because I used them up. But I did get Ichigo. I got 5 stones exactly. Barely, mind you. And I pulled on the machine, and I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm going to get either another Orihime, because I have 2 of them now. I'm going to get Uryu, or maybe I'll get another Ukiora. Maybe I'll get another Chad. No, I got Ichigo. Crystal Egg dropped out, and bam, there he was. That's the one that I wanted, because I want to go to the full hollow Ichigo and utilize him, because one of the people that are on my friends list in that game got their hands on one, and I combined it with my one helper that I have now that I traded in some monsters for, and oh boy, what I was doing, and I did an easy dungeon too, mind you, because I wanted to just test the waters with it. I had it up to a times 340.00 attack strength before all was said and done. Yeah, that was what my team was rocking, was a times 340 attack. And I'm just like, yeah, this is staying. I wanted Ichigo full hollow now. I want it so goddamn bad. So I'm looking forward to going to that one. I mean, there's still a couple days left in the collaboration as of this recording, so I'm going to actually try to see if I can get like a couple more pulls off the machine. But yeah, I'm ecstatic. I'm happy with what I got. I got Ichigo, so as far as I'm concerned, I'm content with what I got. I mean, I got Ukiora out of the pull. I got Uryu. I got Chad and Orihime. In fact, I got Orihime twice, so I have 2 of her. I got one that I evolved in the base form, so there is that. From the collaboration dungeon itself, though, I got Gin and Zangetsu I traded for, which I really didn't want the guy that they were giving away in the collaboration exchange, but I needed some extra space, and because I couldn't waste the magic stone for it, I just traded in a couple of my event medals, which I should still be getting a few of them yet, because they have to give out the, oh yeah, here's your rewards for the, ranking dungeons, unless they forgot about that, but, I'm hoping they didn't, because I should get at least a couple of them. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. I'm good for this. So I'm like, yeah, screw it. I'll just, trade some of those in. Get the, I'll trade some of those in and I'll get the weird guy that they were giving away. And I just didn't really want him, and I wasn't going to go through the thing like I did for the Gintama one. But I got him then. I got Ginnigan and Zangetsu through trade because I just traded some of the gold medals that I didn't really want. And I got Ikaku, Renji, the science officer, whose name I never could pronounce, and I got Byakuya. So I got all the ones you can get for free, and I got some of the good ones for the pull. I especially got the 2 good 4-star ones according to Manpadtastic on YouTube. I actually now subscribe to that channel because I was a little pissed I got screwed out of the one dungeon prize because I used the leader that you're supposed to use for that you can get from the dungeon that you had to go to before that to get the special leader to get the special prize, and I didn't get the bonus prize, and I was a little pissed. So, you know what, fine, that's, screw it, it's just 1 magic stone and a 7-year, Tamadara that I missed out on, so I'm fine with that. But otherwise, I've just basically been watching some YouTube videos this week. I have got to catch up on Tower of God. I'm 3 episodes behind on that, and it is pissing me off that I keep forgetting to look that up. I watched some Clutch Guitar do some gold panning this week. I found that channel by accident, and I actually plan to review that. It's going to be pretty cool. When I'm done doing the podcast tonight, I got some rant videos to record to go up this week, because I am not planning to record either Tuesday and or Thursday. I'm not planning to record anything. I want to have one night, and I mean one night, where I just sit and relax. Maybe bust out my Legos, because I did dig out my Technics, which is going to be a rant video in itself, because not a lot of them survived. Apparently, there's like some stress factors and cracks. But yeah, I'm going to do a rant video on that. I got some stuff to do. So yeah, I'm planning to like not record much this week, so I'm going to pre-record stuff when I'm done doing the podcast tonight. But otherwise, yeah, I had a pretty good week for the most part. I mean, there's not much you could do. I don't do anything to begin with, so it's really no love lost for me. It's just basically do more things, and do more things. Though I did start watching Leverage, so that's pretty cool. It's on the it's on Tubi, so I pulled it up on the Roku. So that's actually pretty cool. But all right, otherwise, let's dive into the podcast this week, because this is going to be a fun week. All right, so let's talk about Quibi. Now, for those of you that didn't see my rant video, my 2-part rant video on this, Quibi was that mobile streaming app for short-form videos, like 10 minutes long. Jeffrey Katzenberg was in charge of this thing. He funded this. $1.8 billion went into this bitch. And it is failing miserably. And, of course, besides, not owning up to his own mistake. No. He doesn't want to own up to it. He's blaming the pandemic for Quibi's rough start. That's bullshit. And I'd like to, first off, before I go any further in this, I would like to personally thank, because, I mean, I used to listen to their whole podcast, but it became more and more difficult to find, because I did go to, like, thepunkeffect.com. I couldn't find it. I was going to Podbean. I couldn't download it. I'd like to thank Pat Contry and Ian Ferguson over on the CU podcast. You can pull up clips to their podcast, the Completely Unnecessary podcast, on Pat the NES Punk here on YouTube. There actually will be the link to this exact video in the description, by the way, so look forward to that. But yeah, this is hilarious. But yeah, first off, thank you so much to Pat and Ian for talking about this, because I did not know about this, and this caught my attention real fast. So Katzenberg is blaming the pandemic for Quibi's rough start. The $1.8 billion short-form streaming app meant for phones are paltry. Okay? It's just the downloads are paltry. They're piss poor. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Apparently, they were basically gearing this, okay? They were gearing this towards a niche market, and that niche market was going to be people who want to basically stand in line at a grocery store or stand in line at a post office or this or that and sit there and screw around on your phone. Or you're waiting to cook dinner and you only have like a couple minutes, or you're waiting for somebody to pick somebody up, or waiting to pick somebody up and you have like 10 minutes to kill. That was their brilliant idea. And it's bombed on this. This is a horrific idea to begin with, because, and Ian and Pat both pointed this out, especially Ian, because his wife does it. Or, well, yeah, she's his wife, I'm pretty sure, yeah. But she is. She is. I'm sure it is. But either way, basically, it pointed out like this. You have nothing. If you want to have people to do something on their phones, on their smartphones, they're going to surf Twitter. They're going to surf Instagram. They're going to go on Facebook. If they want to watch videos, they'll go onto YouTube. They can find 10-minute videos on YouTube. They can easily pull up some stuff on Facebook and dig through Facebook for a while. They can play an app for 10 minutes. There is nothing to draw them to your freaking app. And on top of that, they're charging people money for this. That's the main kicker for this. They're charging people money. But yeah, so he started this streaming app with Meg Whitman a little more than a month ago. This came out in April, and this thing is bad. Basically, downloads have been anemic. Despite the lineup that includes producers and stars like Jennifer Lopez, LeBron James, Idris Elba, Steven Spielberg, and Chrissy Teigen. Yeah, your commercials didn't thrill me, okay? I remember seeing the commercials while I was watching Cagney and Lacey while we were streaming that. And it's like, what's a Quibi? Oh, it's like 10 minutes. Why? It's nothing here. And this is the kicker here. So, the service, which offers entertainment and news programs in 5 to 10 minute chunks, was designed to be watched on the go by people who are too busy to sit down and stream TV shows or movies. It came out when millions of people were not going anywhere. You cannot blame a pandemic for your business model failing and falling flat on its face. Okay, oh wow, it's for people on the go. We have a perfect market for this. No! You have 700 other things they could do on a smartphone that does not involve basically watching a 5 to 10 minute video. Millions of people are stuck at home, and this is, as Pat even said it in the podcast, in the clip, that it's basically, it's an old person, it's an elderly person thinking that they know technology. This would be like my grandfather coming up with a brilliant idea for an app. God knows if that ever happens. I mean, my grandfather hates computers. But, if he would come up with an idea for an app and go, this is the greatest thing you could ever come up with, and it's a calculator. Go, oh, you mean this? Yeah, it's already out. Yeah, it's already out. It's called a calculator. It's out on everything. It's a basic program on, like, everything. But with this, it's a video streaming service that you have to first off pay for. It's like a 90-day free trial, so you get 3 months for free. But you have to put in a credit card in order to get the 90-day free trial, because they'll charge your ass the minute the 90 days are up. This thing only came out in April, and they're still technically it's still like 2 months or a little less than 2 months left on their 90-day subscription. What the hell? But in a video interview, mind you, Mr. Katzenberg said, and I quote, "I attribute everything that has gone wrong to coronavirus. Everything, but we own it." I thought, you're an idiot. Okay, there, I'm just going to say it, you're an idiot, okay? Quibi fell out of the list of the 50 most downloaded free iPhone apps in the United States a week. 7 freaking days after it launched on April 6th. It is now ranked number 125. As of this article from the New York Times, 125 behind the game app Knock 'em All and the language learning app Duolingo. Okay, you're getting your ass kicked by a gaming app and a foreign language learning app. This is when you look back at your marketing plan and your business model and see if it was a good idea from the start. Now's where you should start seeing the holes in the Titanic. And that's the kicker. This is almost like the Titanic in a way. I mean, this was its maiden voyage, and it sunk. And it's like the Titanic. Everybody said that the Titanic was going to be this massive. This is going to be the start of a beautiful thing of continental cruise ships, intercontinental cruise ships. You know, we are going to love this. It sunk on its maiden voyage. Welcome to the digital equivalent of the Titanic, folks. It's Quibi. Even with a free 90-day trial, the app has been installed by only 2.9 million customers, according to Sensor Tower. Quibi says the figure is more like 3.5 million. Oh, of course, because they want to bolster it up a little bit because they want to make themselves look good. I mean, yeah, sure, you know, the pimp's gonna make himself look good in front of the hookers. Sure, all right, whatever. Of those who have installed the app, the company says 1.3 million are active users. So, out of your, as you put it, 3.5 million, but I'm actually going to go probably more with the 2.9 million. Only 1.3 million are active users. So, just about half. I'm going with the 2.9 because that sounds more accurate. So, the 2.9 million customers, because I don't believe your 3.5 million bullshit there. I'm going with the 2.9. I don't believe that 3.5 for a minute. So out of the 2.9, you just barely have half of them. Wow. You suck. But Mr. Katzenberg expressed disappointment with those numbers. Is it the avalanche of people that we wanted and we're going for out of launch? He said, the answer is no. It's not up to what we want. It's not close to what we wanted. Or it's not up to what we wanted. It's not close to what we wanted. Well, what the hell did you want? Did you think this was going to be like the next Twitter? Did you think this was going to be like the next big thing? It's 5 to 10 minute videos that you can basically do on any other platform. Hell, you could do it literally over on YouTube and it would have the same impact that Quibi does. The only difference is on YouTube it would be free. You could do it on Facebook. Hey, it would be free. If you have it at about, I know the videos on Twitter are like maybe 2 minutes. Sometimes I've seen some that are like 5 minutes long. But you could basically do Twitter. You could do Facebook video. Instagram has some videos up. I don't know the exact length of those because it varies from one site to another information-wise that I found. Because I know one person that said it's like a couple seconds, and I know one person that said you can get like a minute. So I don't have an exact number for Instagram. But it's the same process. The same thing. This is bullshit upon bullshit, and you're just not wanting to accept blame for this. This is, oh no, I'm not to blame for this. I am not the reason why this failed. It is you, the people. You're the fault that this thing failed. And the pandemic also nailed the coffin shut. Yeah, the iceberg nailed the Titanic's coffin shut too, but you don't see people blaming the ship for running into the iceberg. They blame the iceberg for hitting the ship. Keep that in mind. They do. They blame the iceberg for the ship going down. They don't blame the ship hitting the iceberg. It's the other way around. They said, and I quote though, if we knew on March 1, which is when we had to make the call, what we know today, you would say that is not a good idea, he said. The answer is, it's regrettable, but we are making enough gold out of hay here that I don't regret it. You're making enough gold out of hay. When the hell did this become Rumpelstiltskin? When the hell did this become Rumpelstiltskin? You're making enough gold out of hay. How does that even work? You have like an alchemist on your payroll? Does Edward Elric know you're doing this? The law of equivalent exchange? I mean, God. So Mr. Katzenberg, who's 69, and Miss Whitman, who's the other person involved with this, who's 63, the former Hewlett-Packard chief, raised nearly $1.8 billion from Hollywood studios and Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba for Quibi. Yes, Alibaba, where you can get ripped off and actually know you got ripped off. That's one of the best sites to get ripped off on, by the way. Yeah, if you ever want to just piss money down the drain, go to Alibaba. That's the best place to get ripped off. They pitched it as an app designed to match how people consumed media now on their phones during slow moments, while they commuted or waited in line. Conditions were much different on the day it came out. In all honesty, I think the coronavirus didn't really do shit. Oh yeah, no, it put a hamper on your idea, but I doubt highly that it was the sole cause of this thing going downhill. Yeah, that's bullshit. My belief was that there would still be many in-between moments while sheltering in place, Mr. Katzenberg said. There are still those moments, but it's not the same. It's out of sync. Oh, that sucks to be you. Many people who downloaded Quibi, though, had a simple question. Why can't I watch it on TV? That's the interesting question. So why can't you watch it on TV? Katzenberg and Whitman immediately backpedaled on their original commitment to a smartphone-only app. With Quibi subscribers who now have the iPhone app, basically, it says here, Quibi subscribers who have iPhones will be able to watch movies in chapters like Most Dangerous Game and shows like Christie's Court on TV screens. Android users will have to wait a few more weeks. The basic concept, I mean, look, you can have this thing set up a certain way if you want, but you have so many other things out there. There's an entire thing called social media that people will go on. You put up a celebrity that just had a kid or a picture of a cute panda sneezing, and boom, it is instant gold. And you will have people climbing the walls to watch that on their device. And the thing is, they'll pull it up on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. They are not going to go to your site, to your app, pay you money, and then basically say, oh yeah, no, I like this idea. Yeah, so I love this though. Also coming soon, Mr. Katzenberg said, Quibi will be less walled off from the internet, and many users will be able to share its content on social media platforms. That was a big thing. You couldn't share this stuff on like Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. You just can't. You dug your own grave before this even came out. You dug the grave, you put the tombstone there. You were just waiting for people to come by and mourn its death before they even knew it. There's a whole bunch of things they have now seen in the product that they thought they got mostly right. But now there are hundreds of people on there using it. You go, uh-oh, we didn't see that. No, I'm going, uh-oh, why did you even bother making it? They placed a large bet, though, in their news programming lineup for like NBC, BBC, Telemundo, and ESPN, filed under the Daily Essentials, but unfortunately, they're not that essential, apparently, because you can pull this stuff up on Twitter, Facebook, CNN.com, news sites. This is just, it's stupid. Idiocy upon idiocy upon idiocy, and it just keeps going. And, I mean, it's horrific. Trying to see on here if they actually have down how much this costs a month. But you also have like other apps that are basically taking. I mean, this is similar. I mean, you have TikTok, for God's sake. That'll pretty much beat this thing into the ground. And he's blaming this and that on, oh my God, if it wouldn't have been for this. No. He's blaming the pandemic for why his precious little thing failed. No, your thing failed because you didn't bother to do the research prior to putting it up on the fucking App Store. You moron. You were pandering to a niche market that does not exist. This is how you gather information. This is how you do media. Take a poll from half a dozen people. How do you grab media? Okay, sure. Some people will probably watch 1 or 2 clips and they'll be searching for something else while it plays. Yeah, I had a coworker that did that on his phone during break. Yeah, I'll admit that. I've seen it. But you're basically marketing an entire app to a niche group of people that will have no use for this once they realize they could basically just go on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube and practically do the same thing. Oh, I just need to kill 10 minutes. Here, let me surf on Twitter and see what all my friends and followers are tweeting. Or better yet, let me see what's trending. Let me go on Facebook. Let me just play a freaking game of Fruit Ninja. By the way, it's actually a pretty fun app. I've played it. But it's like, let me just play a quick game of Fruit Ninja. Let me watch a couple of YouTube videos. Let me watch a clip from a show. Here you go. Boom. Idiocy upon idiocy upon idiocy. And that is the problem that we have with this. And he thought this was going to be a brilliant idea. Nope. This is what you call a failed experiment. It's time to put it in the grave, put the tombstone on top of it, put the dirt back over top of the hole, and say, well, it died young, but it proved one thing. We do not know technology like we think we do. I mean, I didn't like the idea when it came out. I hated it to begin with. I thought the commercials were stupid. It turned me off of it right away. The fact that they're charging people for this is astronomically idiotic. And you have to type in a credit card because you only get a 90-day free trial, which they're still technically going through yet. Screw that. As far as I'm concerned, screw that. So Quibi's done, or at least it's the nails are in the coffin basically at this point. If it survives, it will be a miracle. All right, so this is the time now for the Inuyasha fans to start creaming their jeans and screaming. Yes, apparently Inuyasha is returning with a spin-off series. A spin-off anime. A new spin-off anime. This actually, the information for this dropped last Saturday night, and I did not catch it prior to the podcast going up, so it got bumped for this week because I got a chance to read it. And oh man, oh man. I find this funny. So another beloved series is about to make a comeback. The announcement of a new Inuyasha spinoff and Viz Media quickly confirmed plans to bring it over to audiences outside of Japan, of course. The series is titled, and I'm going to butcher this, I know it. I've been trying to pronounce it most of the morning. I tried pronouncing it a lot this morning prior to, the rest of my day, so I kind of have it in my head, but I still screwed up. So it's Yashahime Princess Half Demon. It's going to focus on a new adventure featuring the daughters of Shishomaru and Inuyasha. Yeah, so let me just say this. The last Inuyasha series that I watched was the regular series. I didn't even watch the final act. Whatever Adult Swim had on, like, early in the morning in the early 2000s, like 2005, 2006, 2007, that's what I watched, okay? Maybe I'll even throw in like 2008 maybe, but yeah, that's about it. If they had it on then, that's what I watched. Otherwise, no, I watched it, I knew about it, I know it exists. Was I a huge fan of it? No, not particularly, no. I could never even pronounce the damn thing right. The series is being produced at Sunrise with Inuyasha creator and Will Eisner Hall of Fame Rumiko Takahashi on board for main character designs, and Teru Sato directs. So this is pretty cool. Let's see here. We got screenplay. Yes, you can pulse all this other thing. Viz confirmed the rights to digital streaming, Eastern Standard Time, and home video for Yashahime. So stay tuned for that, because once they confirm the digital stuff, they'll be announced. But here's the description. This is the part that I know a lot of you are waiting for. So, and I have to apologize here. I was kind of bumping my screen a little bit. Give me 1 second here. Oops. Okay, there we go. I wanted to make sure my screen was a little more stable. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's not like my screen's on like a really bad hinge or anything. I just kind of bumped it and I wanted to make sure it didn't like shake too far loose or something. But no, we're good. This screen, I gotta admit, for a almost 5-year-old computer, the hinge is holding up really well. And now I probably should drink myself at the knock on wood there. All right. Anyway, back to the thing here. So, Inuyasha Hime, Princess Half-Demon, the daughters of Shisomaru and Inuyasha set out on a journey, transcending time. Set in feudal Japan, half-demon twins Toa and Setsuna are separated from each other during a forest fire. While desperately searching for her younger sister, Toa wanders into a mysterious tunnel that sends her into present-day Japan, where she is found and raised by Kagome... I know I'm going to mispronounce her name. Higurashi's brother, Sota, and his family. Oh, God. Of course, because you figure we can't draw Kagome. Yeah, no, I'm not even going to touch that. 10 years later, the tunnel that connects the two eras has reopened, allowing Toa to be reunited with Setsuna, who is now a demon slayer working for Kohaku. But to Toa's shock, Setsuna appears to have lost all memories of her older sister. Joined by Muroha, the daughter of Inuyasha and Kagome. Oh, God, they got it on. Oh, God. Wow, they got it on. Damn, okay. It says in the thing, but still. Wow. The three young women must travel between the two eras on an adventure to regain their missing past. Look, first off, I enjoy the fact that we're getting, you can technically consider this a shonen series in a way, with female leads. That's actually a unique take on this. I mean, what was the last one we had that was like that? Yeah, no, the sad part is none really shoot to the top of my head right now. But yeah, that's actually pretty cool. So I'm actually interested in that. Am I interested in the whole concept? No, not really. I was never a huge fan of Inuyasha. I know what it is. I've watched it. I remember watching the episode when Inuyasha got Tetsaiga and cut off Shisomaru's arm. I remember that. I've seen enough of the show. I bought a couple of the movies on DVD. So I know the movies. I've seen some of them. But yeah, am I really thrilled or ecstatic about this? Not really, no. Is it something that I find interesting? To a point, but at the same time, no. It's a question mark. It's a gigantic question mark that begs the question, what were they smoking at the time? And when you look at the picture of the three women here, the three young demons or half-demons or whatever the hell they're going to be, I can pretty much tell you which one's Inuyasha's daughter, which one's Inuyasha and Kagome's daughter, and I can tell you then by process of elimination who the other two are. In fact, I can automatically tell you who the one is. It's definitely got to be Shisomaru's daughter. The other one's sort of an up-in-the-air feel, but the one that's all the way in the back, if you're looking at the picture in the article, the one that's all the way in the back, the lightly colored one, that's up against the darkish background, that's got to be Inuyasha's daughter. Why do you say that, Andrew? Oh, I'm just throwing it out there as a hunch. I don't know. Maybe the pointy ear-like things on the fucking top of the head. I'm just going to throw it out there. Yeah, no. Just a hunch. That's my guess. That's his daughter. And the other two, I'm definitely going with that back one there. It's definitely Inuyasha's daughter. I'm actually going to have to see now how Inuyasha ended, because man, him and Kagome got it on. Or as Syndrome would say, oh man, he got together with Kagome up and got busy! I'm sorry! I like The Incredibles, okay? I had to. I like The Incredibles. I just remember that line. The Elastigirl? You married Elastigirl? And got busy! I mean, it's bad enough I learned that Wreck-It Ralph had a sex song in it this week. I didn't even know that. That threw me for a loop this week when I learned that. I'm like, wait, wait, what? Yeah, apparently that Shut Up and Drive is about sex, and I didn't know it. And somebody on Twitter was so polite to point that out to everybody. I'm just like, wait, what? I didn't know that. And I was like, oh my god! I honest to God, I didn't know that. So that really threw me for a loop this week. But yeah, so when more information on this drops, I will definitely let everybody know. But for now, that's what it is for the Inuyasha spinoff. Yay! Alright, so this is an interesting one. So, this is from Kotaku. Transform into monsters using a Walkman and Pokemon Fusion... using a Walkman in a Pokemon Fusion-inspired Cassette Beasts. I'm actually not going to lie, this seems pretty interesting. So, yeah. It's coming to the PC and consoles from Brighton, UK-based indie devs, Bitten Studio. Cassette Beasts is an 80s flavored RPG in which players transform and fuse together creatures using the awesome power of cassette tape technology. Okay, I'll stop now. I mean, don't get me wrong, this does sound pretty cool, but, I mean, it just kind of opens up a lot of possibilities here. Creators Jay Billis and Tom Coxon, who have previously worked on games like Stardew Valley, Wargroove, and Starbound, took inspiration from Pokemon Fusion fan art. Oh, I love those. I actually did one. There was like a generator. You could combine two different Pokemon together. I actually checked it out. You can combine Staryu and Onix. It actually makes a pretty kick-ass looking Pokemon. I really hate to admit it. That was cool. Some of them are just ungodly horrible that you'll have nightmares for the rest of your life. But some of them are pretty neat. I'm not going to lie. Some are pretty neat. I mean, I wonder if I can pull that up. Hold on. Let me see if that's still up yet. I think that fusion generator is still up yet. I think it's still up yet. Let's see. Checking now and loading. Still loading. I guess not. Damn. That was like really fun too. No, maybe it still is. But yeah, there's like a fusion generator thing, but it was pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So, you can create creatures of Cassette Beasts, Beasts, on the remote island of New Warl. The player created character and their NPC friends use their portal cassette players to collect and transform into 120 monsters. Any two monsters can combine into a fused form, increasing their power and cuteness exponentially. The example they have here, that begs the question. There is a reveal trailer for this up on YouTube. It's in the article. You can easily pull it up. The studio has set up a nifty fusion generator at the game's official website, where folks can select from a series of creatures to see what they become when fused together. The trailer below shows off the game's retro aesthetic, which already has been completely smitten by the person that did the article. I'm gonna have to check out the official game website here. Okay, no, the Pokemon Fusion Generator, I guess, is still up and running. Cool. Let me see if I can do it here. Hold on. Come on. Come on, I want to fuse some Pokemon together. I want to see if I can pull up that one, if it still does it or not. I mean, it was really cool. You combine Onix and Staryu, and it made it really cool. And people had pictures of it up, and when I found the thing, I tried it out, and I was like, oh my god, that is cool. Okay, this one's taking an eternity and a half. Alright, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, now I found the better one. Okay, let's go here. Staryu. Sucks that I don't remember the numbers or the order for half of these things. And they're not in alphabetical order. Of course not. That would be far too easy. There we go, Staryu. Okay, there's Staryu, and Onyx. There we go, Onyx. Okay, it makes Starix. That's what it... I knew there was a name for it. It's called Starix. It's just not showing a picture of it, though. Damn, I want to see it. Man, it looked really cool. I'm not going to lie. But I don't think the page wants to show it. But it's really cool, though, how it pulls up what they look like. So, yeah, it's basically the same thing. So, it's the fan art. Some of the fan art, though, for that's pretty cool. But let's check out the actual app, the actual website here. You got the Fusion demo, except, blah, blah, blah. Fusion system. I guess it's trying to load it. Yeah. Site uses cookies, blah, blah, blah. You can check out Bitten Studio. They have like a whole bunch of stuff on there. It's still trying to load. Yeah, wow. Okay, that Pokemon Fusion one actually crashed. Neat. That's interesting. We get anything, though, with this? Now, I want to see what this stupid fusion thing can do. I mean, they got like some creatures on here. One looks like a freaking... I know which Pokemon they're kind of going for here. It's one from Gen 5. But for God's sake, it's a freaking safety cone with a crab underneath it. That is all it is, just a freaking safety cone with a crab underneath it. That's it. I'm sorry to say this. That's not that impressive. That's not even close to impressive. That's crap. It's good looking crap, though. But yeah, this is not loading up. Yeah, I'm trying my best here to get it to load up, at least to at least check it out, see what it can do or anything. But oh my God, is it moving slow? I mean, I guess a lot of people are probably going on trying this out, but yeah. So there's like different fusions here. So you get like the one that's featured here on my I don't know if it's gonna be different each time, but it's Starred Bomb, a fusion of Palm Bomb, the Fire Dog, and Startigrade, the extraterrestrial tardigrade. Huh? What the hell? Is that even a word? Is that even English? I always feel like that Robot Chicken thing. Is that what were you saying? When Goku made the comment, the Tenkai Ichi Budokan is finally complete. What the hell are you saying? Was that even English? I love Robot Chicken. Robot Chicken was good back in the day, but yeah. Alright, it's still loading. Holy hell. Come on, I'm not going to talk on this thing for an entire, hour and a half here. Jesus. Load or get off the pot, for God's sake. Okay, cool. We're finally getting somewhere now. Alright. The bars... Okay, here we go. Ugh! Okay, so we got like a Masqueril and a Startigrade, and we get Masquerade and... Ugh! I mean, it's cool, but ugh. Alright, let's see what else we got here. They don't have much here to pick from, which... Yeah, no, duh. Okay, yeah, definitely getting rid of that snake thing. Okay, it's called a traffic crab. Oh, Jesus! And if you combine that and a dandelion, it becomes dandy crab. Wow! What happens if you combine the two together? Okay, so apparently if you combine two of the same creature, it just becomes a hyper version of that creature. That's pretty cool. Kind of makes me wonder what the hyper startigrade looks like. Oh, that's okay. It's a fused startigrade. Is if you do two startigrades. What about Spring Heal? Ooh, God, that looks ugly. Mutant Spring Heal, if you do two of those. Palm Bomb. Ultra Palm Bomb, okay. That's cute. Let's try this horde little... it becomes Meta Masquerade, or Quillerette. It's actually pretty fun. If you get a chance, check this out. The only one I got... Oh, God, that was so creepy. That freaking traffic crab. Oh, God! Oh, my God! Oh, God! Kill it with fire! Kill it with fire! Oh my god! Alright. If you fuse two Traffy Crab together, it becomes a fused Traffy Crab. This thing basically looks like a pissed off ant that has gotten into a shit ton of a shit ton of PCP, acid, crack, this thing pretty much went through a drug den, okay? And it came out on the other end. And it's just pissed off, and it wants a piece of you. It's like it almost looks like a freaking picnic ant, and it wants a piece of your ass. All right, it wants what you have in the basket. It wants what you have in your wallet. It wants your left leg. That's what this thing. I'm not even joking. That's what it looks like. And it's disgusting. Oh my god, that is so wrong looking. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Oh wow. Oh, wow, that was just wrong. Oh, my God, that was wrong. Oh, my God. Oh. Okay, what was seen should never be seen. And what has been seen can never be unseen. Oh, my God, that was disturbingly wrong. Yeah, okay, if you... I don't even know how to go out on this now. Holy crap, that was just creepy. And that's going to be in the game. It's still the early days, though, for Cassette Beasts. There's no release date. Thank God for that. Hayden Studio announced the game today, according to the article, in order to start building a community while seeking out funding and development partners. Between its 80s new wave pop style and the intriguing concept, it's got my attention. It's got the attention of the writer at Kotaku. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's pretty cool. Just don't include that. All right, anybody out there that's listening to this, be my guest, combine the two together. Go onto that site, combine two of the Traffy Crab together. You will see the abomination it makes, okay? It looks like a pissed off picnic ant on drugs, all right? I swear to God, that's what it looks like. It is terrifying. It is horrifying. That thing will haunt my nightmares for the next 60 years. I guarantee it. Somewhere in the back deep recesses of my mind, that thing is going to be there, and bam! Just when I think I'm safe at night, just when I think it's safe to go back to the safe part of my mind, that thing's going to be there. Hopefully this gets funded. It's probably going to go the way of Kickstarter and probably end up failing like so many other Kickstarted funded games, but hopefully it gets made. Maybe they'll come out with an app version instead. Just go to the App Store, have like a paid thing or a free version, what have you, who knows. But, yeah, that's creepy as hell. I'm not going to lie, that's creepy as hell. Alright, so last week I was talking about Funimation doing an online convention. Well, that's apparently going to be catching on more faster than I thought. Online convention Cloud Matsuri has been announced for May 30th through the 31st. So basically, the COVID-19 lockdowns have forced a lot of stuff to just close up, cancel events for this year. We had Coachella, South by Southwest, Comic-Con, Comic Kit over in Japan, the 2020 Summer Olympics, which have been pushed to next year, will still be called the 2020 Olympics. Yeah, there's just a lot. Funimation announced their own online convention for July, and yeah, now we're getting something else. So this is just really cool. And I like this, how they're going, that this has led to a new phenomenon, the online con. It's actually a pretty cool idea, and I was saying it last week, and in my discussion video, this is actually a pretty cool idea, and can open up the world to a lot more. I mean, you could have people that could live over in, like, the UK or in Australia that aren't going to spend a crap ton of money to fly to one particular country for a convention, when they could just sit on their ass at home and, be there at home with VR technology. Yeah, this has a lot of potential. So there've already been like a few conventions taking place on the net, and Funimation announced its own set for July, like I said. Now, all the anime, known also as Anime Limited, the UK's largest anime distributor, is getting in on the game. Their online convention is called Cloud Matsuri, and it's set to take place on May 30th and 31st. It'll take the form of a free live stream that starts in the afternoon for those in the UK, and in the morning for those of us in the US. So far, guests include, and I am going to butcher these names. I apologize in advance for this. Science Saru CEO Enyang Chao, Studio Orange President Eiji Inamoto, Polygon Pictures President Shinzu Shota, and Groundwork/Gynex CEO Yasuhiro Kamamura. I apologize if I mispronounced those or butchered them in any way, shape, or form. I deeply apologize. Let's see here. We can also, the con will also feature an online cosplay masquerade and artist alley. It's also going to have a look at the gameplay of the upcoming Fairy Tail RPG. There's an official site. Let me pull that up quick while I'm getting on this. But yeah, it's actually, okay, let me pull that up without it actually being, like, taking up the spot of the freaking, thing. Because you just got to sign up. It's just a thing to sign in for, like, email updates. That's it. That kind of sucks. So basically, all the anime Twitter pages, I'll probably have to, follow that, I guess. I don't know. Says, we're delighted to say that Cloud Matsuri will have a special exclusive new gameplay demonstration of the upcoming magical JRPG Fairy Tail from our good friends at Koei Tecmo Europe. Get ready to be fired up for its release. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is the next generation of, conventions and stuff like that. You don't have to be in the same place. Virtual technology can take up 90% of this, and if you set the stuff up right and you can do it correctly, you could basically set up like Second Life, RuneScape, Half-Life, any like MMORPGs basically, and instead of having the RPG part, just have MMO conventions, MMO sporting events, MMO centers to hang out for 40 minutes. I don't care. It's the way of the world, and honestly, I enjoy this. I think this is actually a pretty cool idea, and we're starting to get more and more people that are getting into this. So, yeah, I'm all for this. I'm not even going to lie. This is really cool. You can take, like, museum tours like this, national park tours like this. You could go for... I mean, you can actually travel space. If they could get, like, VR stuff from the space station, you could actually, like, have the experience of walking in space if you'd want. Have, like, a VR experience for that. I mean, the possibilities are literally endless for what you could do with virtual reality, and this proves it. And we can do conventions. This really does pique my interest. I think this is really cool. Especially with Funimation doing theirs, and now we have Matsuri Online, Cloud Matsuri, doing theirs. This is really cool, and I'm not gonna lie, this has piqued my interest in this. This really has. There's not really much to say about this. It's going to be the 30th, 31st. You got to sign up via their site for more information. I'm not going to do that. While it's cool, I don't want to get suckered into something down the road and end up getting screwed. So, yeah. But either way, this is interesting. If you get a chance to check it out, I highly recommend it. This might be really cool. And, hey, here's to the next wave of the future, online conventions. I am all for this. I really am. Alright, so this is something that definitely is interesting. This is courtesy of Gizmodo.com. Archaeologists are going to excavate a Viking ship for the first time in over 100 years. Yeah, a whole century has passed since this thing saw the light of day. That is cool. For the first time in a century, archaeologists will excavate a buried Viking ship located less than 2 feet below the surface. The ship is being ravaged by a fungus that's forcing archaeologists to move their ass, basically, and act quickly with this. Funding from the Norwegian government, archaeologists with the Norwegian Institute for Cultural Heritage Research, or NICU, that is one of the best acronyms ever, we'll begin excavations on the, and I am going to mispronounce this. I know I'm going to mispronounce this. Gestald ship this June, according to reports. This is actually interesting because apparently they had been reluctant to dig it out for fear of damaging it. I think they were just going to let it sit there and like, hey, look, it's a buried relic. We know where it is. But we now have, there's fungus that's munching away at the buried relic. I mean, it's apparently eating it up, and they have no choice now. It was discovered in 2018 with a ground-penetrating radar, and it sits just 20 inches beneath the surface of a farm in Norway's Østfold country. It's around 20 meters, 66 feet long, and around, this is the best part, it is around 1,200 years old. Though the dating remains a rough estimate, though. So, still, that's pretty cool. The mental ship graves like, I ain't gonna mispronounce this. It's spelled Gjellestald. I'm guessing like gestalled or distilled or something. I don't know. I'm mispronouncing it. I know it. Were built for some of the most powerful individuals that lived in southern Norway in the Viking era. The Viking era. Yeah. The ship is within a degraded burial mound. Other sites nearby suggest the place was once a Viking cemetery. Vikings had a deep cultural affinity with ships burying high-ranking individuals inside of them, along with copious amounts of grave goods. They were like massive grave robbing spots, sort of like Egyptian tombs and things like that. That much I do know. So last year, Niku archaeologists took a sample of the ship's lower keel for analysis, and the results were not encouraging, unfortunately. Apparently, it's got like a very mushy, the part was very mushy in the surface, and microscopic analysis demonstrated very profound evidence of active fungi, demonstrating that it was under active decay, which sucks. It was just clear that with the current condition situated above, the groundwater level in the sandy and sultry environment, the wooden remains would not survive for long. So it's basically a race against time here to pull this thing out, kill the fungus, and save the ship. So that's actually pretty neat. Hence the need for excavation, which are slated to begin next month. The team will undertake special precautions given the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, according to as it was explained to Gizmodo. The Niku team will follow the same guidelines outlined for other workplaces in Norway, such as maintaining a minimum distance of 1 meter, 3.3 feet. Wow, they get 3.3 feet. I gotta stay 6 feet away from people in a fucking grocery store, but they can go 3.3 feet. That's cool. All right, they get closer over in Norway. All right. Wow. They can get closer in Norway. I have to stay 6 feet. I basically have to have an entire me between me and somebody else. Okay, they get 3.3 feet. Okay. Between individuals, a single set of tools and equipment for each team member, frequent hand washing, and so on. The prescriptions aren't ideal, but are manageable. Yeah, you basically stay away from people. And depending on how big the ship is, they could probably get away with that. Have one group of people on one side, keep them distanced apart. Have another one on the other side, have one on the front, one on the back. They should be able to get it out, no problem, and technically be safe and sound. So that's actually not a bad idea. Despite their difficult conditions, the undeniably good news is that they get to excavate a buried Viking ship. Something that hasn't happened in over 100 years, and that is cool. The only 3 previous digs of Viking ships came in 1868, 1880, and 1904. Yeah, so this is cool. The last one was in 1904. We're in 2020. That's well over 100 years. And these excavations were not conducted with modern techniques and methods. Could result in completely new findings and revelations. Just keep in mind, I'm even going to go up to like the 1904, so like the early 1900s. Excavating and archaeologist digging was, here's a pick, here's a shovel, dig the damn thing out of the ground. occasionally you would see a broken bone, and then they would just piece it back together, put it on a table. That was the end of that. It's basically get it out, put it into a baggie, and it gets taken back. And then they would put it back together and spend months and years putting it back together on a table. It wasn't a good science back then. So this is actually pretty interesting. So archaeologists, in addition to uncovering grave goods and new clues about the vessel, might actually find a body within the ship. If a body is found, it's likely to be in very bad shape. Well, yeah, if you got a fungus ripping the whole ship apart. They do expect that a body was once there, since no Scandinavian ship graves have proved to be cenotaphs? What the hell is that? Cenotaphs. So I don't know. If anybody out there knows what that word is. The chances that remains are preserved are slim, as the burial may have well been robbed at some point in time, since most burial ships are. Yeah, they're huge things for grave robbers. I mean, grave robbers, yeah, that's a huge thing. But this is interesting, though. I'm not going to lie. They're expecting to uncover much of the vessel, which would allow the team to learn about its construction. They don't know if the ship is from the earliest part of the Viking from the Viking Age, or rather from the middle of the period. They're going to get their answer to that, hopefully. They expect to be able to identify larger parts of the object put into the grave and traces of different actions carried out as part of the burial ritual. Again, with the exception that they will be able to learn much new because excavation techniques have improved so much since earlier excavations. Like I said, smash, pull, smash, pull, smash, pull. I broke a piece off. That's fine. Keep going. Smash, pull, smash, pull, smash, pull. Yeah. So, this is interesting. So, it's going to be like a Viking ship. And that is really cool. Could yield some new insights into other Norwegian ship burials and boost archaeologists' understanding of what they represented in terms of Viking rulership and politics. Obviously, the monumental ship graves like this one were built for some of the most powerful individuals that lived in southern Norway in the Viking era. Yeah, this is probably, I mean, depending on how big the ship is and what they all find on there, this could have been like the head of the clan of the Vikings. This could have been like the one that was in charge of it, like one of the leaders, and it's like, look, here's the burial, here's the thing. The body's probably just going to be skeletons at this point, unless the fungus ate the bones. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. 1,200 years estimated. This is cool. I'm not going to lie about this. This is very interesting. And, this has got this has my attention. I'm hoping to see good things from this. But this is pretty cool. They're actually going to pull out a Viking ship. For the first time in over 100 years, we're going to get an excavation of a Viking ship. That is neat. That is something that you don't see every day. That is almost like I'm still waiting for Halley's Comet to collide with the moon because the Simpsons predicted it. So far, everything they predicted has been right. So I'm still expecting Halley's Comet to collide with the moon. But, I mean, Homer said it in the one episode. He goes, oh, it's just almost as great as when Halley's Comet collided with the moon. That hasn't happened yet. Oh. Yeah, hasn't happened yet. It's probably going to happen. I guarantee it. That'll be the end, though, of the world, because the damage that thing will give out, the recoil effects, the asteroid particles from the moon headed down to the Earth being sucked in by the gravitational pull. Oof. Wow, you thought what killed the dinosaurs was interesting? Yeah, that'll be, That'll be a toddler dropping a bucket in a sandbox compared to that. Wow. But, this is really interesting. So, hopefully we'll get more information on this when it happens. I'm honestly looking forward to finding out more information when this does come out. So, yeah. I'll keep you guys posted if I hear anything. Alright, if you're somebody that grew up in the 90s and even the early 2000s, I guarantee you the name Tony Hawk definitely comes to your mind. If it doesn't, you either don't know who this guy is, you don't know what skateboarding is, or I just am talking out of my ass. Yeah, I don't think I am though. But yeah, so Tony Hawk Pro Skater is getting some remasters, but 5 classic tracks are sadly not going to be in the remasters. This is kind of an interesting thing here. So the first 2 Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games were defined as much by their soundtracks as their skating mechanics. So Activision announced remasters earlier this week. Fans were immediately curious about the status of the iconic track list. And speaking with Activision, though, Kotaku nailed down the songs you'll hear in the half pipe, which will be missing when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 launches on September 4th. Which technically, you figure if you really want to play it, just mute. If you really want to play the song, just mute the audio from your device or your TV, and then just play the damn thing in the background on your own. Problem solved. No, it is. First, the good news is that only 5 songs didn't make the cut to the remasters. The bad news, though, is that the small group includes Bring the Noise, the iconic collaboration between heavy metals, Anthrax, and hip-hop legends Public Enemy. That was their favorite song, apparently, at Kotaku. But here's the whole list that won't be in the remasters, and I do apologize if I mispronounce any of these. Please don't take it personally. The last Tony Hawk game I ever played was whichever one came out for the. Let me look it up. Whichever one came out for the Game Boy Advance. What the hell? Which one was that? Tony Hawk GBA game. Hold on. Tony Hawk GBA. I'm just curious which one it was because that was the last. That was the last one I played. Was whichever one came out for the. Sure as hell wasn't Downhill Jam. I think it was Pro Skater 3. I think it was Pro Skater 3. Hold on. It was either Pro Skater 2 or Pro Skater 3. That was the last one that I ever played. I'm not even joking. That was the last one I ever played for the Game Boy Advance. And that was like the only ever Tony Hawk game I ever played. I think it was Pro Skater 2. It might have been Pro Skater 3. I don't know. It was one of those two. It was either Pro Skater 2 or 3. I think it was 3. But either way, that was the last one I ever played. So for me, it's not exactly a massive middle finger here. I'm not really going to care much. I don't play Tony Hawk games. I was into the whole skateboarding thing for the longest time. In like 6th grade, I was into it. I actually own a skateboard. One single skateboard. I bought it at a flea market. It's got Looney Tunes on it. That is the only skateboard I own. I know nothing about skateboarding. I don't do skateboarding. My fat ass cannot get on a skateboard to do skateboarding unless I have one that can handle my weight. No, it's not going to happen. But basically, I don't play Tony Hawk games. But this is an interesting thing, though, that you're losing 5 tracks, 5 classic tracks. But the kicker is that if you really want to hear the songs again, just mute the TV, mute the audio, and just put them on in the background. It's not that difficult. But the full list of the tracks that will not be in the remasters are as follows. Suicidal Tendencies, Psychovision. Or Psychovision, I guess. Unsane, Committed. Anthrax and Public Enemy, Bring the Noise, as mentioned above. The High and Mighty, B-Boy Document 99. And Alley Life, Out with the Old. Those are the 5 tracks that will not be in the remasters. All the other songs, though, made the list. So that's actually not too bad. Jen O'Neill, head of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 developer, Vicarious Visions, tempered soundtrack expectations during an interview with IGN, saying that licensing rights would keep a few of the original tracks from being featured in the remakes. And you figure that's probably what the key thing was going to be in the first place. Because keep in mind, the licensing rights for a lot of this stuff go away over time. And if they're not going to be used all the time, or if it's something that, no, I don't feel like giving you the license for it again. No, I don't feel like extending it. No, we'd rather not share the profit with this. We don't really think it's worth giving it to you anymore. They're not going to let you have it. And that's just what it is. So, it does happen. It does happen. It's nothing you can really do. It does happen. But, yeah, it is what it is. But, like I said, if it bothers people that much that those 5 tracks aren't on the remakes, just mute the TV at certain points, mute the sound, and just play those 5. If they're your 5 favorites, just play those in the background and go to town on it. That's all you got to do. It's that simple. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, it sucks, but it is what happens, especially nowadays. But the situation was further muddled, though, by the game's official Spotify playlist, which led to multiple reports of missing tracks that Kotaku learned will actually be in the game. So if you're a big Even Rude or Speed Dealer fan, never fear, you'll be able to shred to those classic songs when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 launches later this year. Yeah, okay, so they actually have an official Spotify playlist. Let me see if I can pull up the official Spotify playlist. What actually pull up, or do I have to sign up for Spotify? Because I'm not signing up for Spotify. Spotify can kiss my ass. I could probably pull up the playlist. I think I could probably pull it up. Hopefully I can pull it up. Maybe. Loading. Okay, here we go. I don't know why it's taking everything so long to load up today. And yes, I do have my computer muted, so you won't actually hear any audio. Sorry. That's just the way it is. Okay, so here's the tracks. Let me see here. No, I don't want that, and I don't want to sign up for free. I just want to see what's all on here. Damn it, I can't even slide down this, can I? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we got a police truck, Superman, Dead Kennedys, Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death, Goldfinger Hang-Ups, Jerry was a race car driver, Primus Sailing the Seas of Cheese. Okay, that is the kick-ass name for an album. Tell me that's the name of the album, Sailing the Seas of Cheese. Oh my god, I love that. I freaking love that. That is the best name for it. Tell me that was the name of the album. That was great. Oh my god. Sorry about that. I had to move my leg a little bit. Let's see here. We got New Girl, The Suicide Machines, Destruction by Definition, Here and Now, The Ernies, Melson Ray, Eurobars, The Vandals, Hitler Bad, Vandals Good, Blood Brothers, Papa Roach Infest, Guerrilla Radio, Rage Against the Machine, The Battle of Los Angeles, Pin the Tail on the Donkey, Naughty by Nature. I'm just literally reading off the thing here, so there's that. You, Bad Religion, No Control, When Worlds Collide, Power Man 5000, Tonight the Stars Revolt, No Cigar, Mullen Collin, Pennybridge Pioneer, Cyclone, Dub Pistols, Point Blank, May 16th, Lagwagon, Let's Talk About Feelings. That's ironic. You listen to May 16th on May 16th. Subculture, Diesel Boy plus Kalos VIP, Styles of Beyond Diesel Boy plus Kalos, Subculture, Heavy Metal Winner, Consumed, Breakfast at Papa's, Evil Eye, Fu Manchu, The Action is Go, 5 Lessons Learned, Swingin' Utters, 5 Lessons, Swingin' Utters! Okay, I thought Sailing the Seas of Cheese was fun. That is, oh my god, Sailing the Seas of Cheese, that is the best. Oh my god, that is beautiful. So, alright, so there might be other ones that might still be in the game yet. That was just I think someone, because I don't actually have a Spotify account, so I'm not going to get a Spotify account either just to get a bunch of songs. But that's still pretty cool, though. You're going to get a good chunk of the music. You're just not going to get 5 particular tracks. And like I said, if those 5 particular tracks are your favorite, just basically, literally, just mute the audio, put them on the background, and listen to them that aren't connected to the game. Problem solved. I mean, you could probably pull them all up on YouTube, literally make a playlist of them on YouTube, and boom, right there you go, problem solved. Better yet, if you're not a fan of any of the music from the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 games, and you just want to rock out to your own stuff, march to the beat of your own drummer, you could just make a playlist on YouTube of music and just pop that on in the background from your phone or tablet and play the game, and problem solved. And that's all she wrote, literally. Yeah, that would be the easiest thing to do, and yeah, that would be it, literally. So there are your options. It's no real love loss because you have other ideas you can use. Alrighty, everybody, and that's going to pretty much do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. I've been Andrew Rhodes. I have been your host for the last definitely over an hour. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, for at least putting up with this podcast week after week, month after month. I would say year after year, but I've only been on here for a few years, so I could still say year after year, but you get the idea. Thank you for putting up with the podcast. If you are, remember, if you are listening to this and you made it this far in, thank you so much. Leave a like, drop a comment, say hi. Don't forget to submit your questions for the monthly Q&A. May's deadline begins next Saturday to Monday, so the 23rd to the 25th. That is the deadline window to submit your questions. I cannot accept anything past 12:01 a.m. on the 26th Eastern Standard Time. So please remember that. Don't forget, subscribe to the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. Ring the bell notification icon. Check out my other videos like Andrew Rants, Andrew Discusses, my theory videos if you want, my review videos where I talk about stuff, or the other Q&A videos to learn more about me and the channel and other stuff. And again, big shout out and thank you to Pat Contry and Ian Ferguson for having that Quibi topic on your show. Love to See You podcast. You guys do a great job. I laughed my ass off on some of those clips. I love that podcast you guys do. It's really good. You guys are a great team. Thank you so much for what you do. And until next week, I am Andrew Rhodes. This has been the podcast, the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast, and I'm checking out. Bye, everybody, and have a wonderful week.